Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very quick talk through video. I'm going to show you in very fast speed how I did my makeup for this look, and it was inspired by a TikTok that I filmed today that I am absolutely in love with. I wanted something very chic and glowy, so here we go. Thought I was filming for the beginning, but I wasn't. All I did was take a concealer on a fluffy blending brush and apply it to my inner corner. I really wanted to get rid of any darkness since I was wearing contacts today for the video. And all I did was get rid of my darkness just in that inner corner. And then I'm gonna put on Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer and prime my eyelids with that. And then I always do my eye makeup first. Today I did my makeup in a little bit of different steps just because I was filming a TikTok. So I did my eyes first, then my face, and then my brows. So for eyeshadow, I am taking the Sultry palette and I'm taking the shade Birch and applying that to my crease. And I'm just going to really blend that out and make it seamless. And then I'm going to take Twig and Dystopian and mix those two together for my outer corner. And then what I ended up doing was I applied Rose Quartz to the inner lid, Steampunk to the middle of my eyelid, and then I used Tweak to blend the Steampunk into that brown mixture in my outer corner. I applied Fresh to my brow bone, and I applied Pearl to my inner corner. Then I used the NYX eyeliner and applied a tiny half wing. I applied Wet n Wild mascara to the top lashes, and then I'm going to start my face. So, excuse me singing, but I'm going to take Milk Hydro Grip and apply that as my face primer. Then I'm going to sanitize my hands again, and then I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas and apply that only where I have really large pores to help with pore filling. And then I have no idea why I did this, but I cream contoured my cheeks and my jaw and my chin, and then I went on top of it with foundation. I've seen Scarlett Barnes do this, but I do not think I did it right. I don't know why I did this, but I did. So I used a tiny brush to apply it, and then I took a really big brush by NYX and used that to blend it in towards my hairline and blend the one that's on my jaw. I stippled it and then also pulled it down just a little bit and then blended out my chin. Then I went over any problem areas that didn't blend well with my beauty blender. I was getting a bronze helmet situation going on. So because I'm going for full glam, I'm taking a green color corrector and applying that to my nose area and around my nose area, which is really the only part of my face I get redness. And I'm going to blend that out using a beauty blender. And then I'm going to take a peach colored e.l.f. color correcting stick and apply that to my under eyes so that I can neutralize some of the dark circles that are still showing through. Then I'm taking 2 pumps of my Too Faced Born This Way foundation with 1 little squirt of that highlighting liquid from Cover FX, and I'm going to blend that into my face. And then I'm going to use one of the e.l.f. Putty blushes that I've only used once, and I'm also going to conceal using Tarte Shape Tape. Now I'm also cutting out some bits that I don't really need to show you where I like get up from my desk or do something. So I'm using a damp beauty sponge to go over what I did with the brush, but I really took my time with the brush application to work the product into my skin. And this blush that I'm using is in my box for me to use for a future video. I've only used it once and I used my fingers, but I did buy the specified brush for it. And you'll see I apply it on one cheek and then I decide to actually read the instructions. the instructions say you were supposed to stipple it on. So I kind of brushed it on the first time. With the stippling motion, you get way better payoff, and you'll see that on the other cheek. So now that I'm done with creams, I'm going to move on to powders. So I'm going to very gently contour using my Kat Von D Shade and Light. And then I'm going to bronze with a Wet n Wild bronzer that is also in my bucket for me to use as a first impression / video. And I'm going to highlight with a Wet n Wild brush. And I'm ultimately going to set my face with the Ambient Lighting powder by Hourglass out of the Subculture palette. So I have no idea why I did this last, but I did my eyebrows last, and then after I'm done with my eyebrows, I will set my face and move on to lips. But I am pretty much out of the frame for pretty much this entire eyebrow application, so I apologize. I just forgot I was filming for some reason and didn't really pay attention to my body language or if I was moving out of the frame or not. So I do apologize, and then you'll see the final look in a few minutes. So I end up setting my face with Wet n Wild spray. I applied mascara to the bottom lashes, which I didn't film because I was out of frame. And then I'm going to apply these natural 110 lashes by Ariel. And then I'm going to start my lip prep. So my lip prep starts with a scrub. And here I am using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Cherry Soda Lip Scrub. And then I'm going to very gently wipe that off. Then I go in with a thin amount of lip balm. I only used a little bit because I knew I was going to put lipstick on directly after this. But normally I would do this at the start of my makeup routine and let the lip balm sink in throughout the video. Now this part you can skip, but you want to pick a lip liner that's close to your lip color that you're using. I ended up taking Unicorn Blood because it was the new Jeffree Star formula and I hadn't used it yet. I applied that to the outer part of my lips as the lip line and then filled in the inner parts of my lips with it. And then I took Red Rum, which was in the old formula, and filled in my lips. You can definitely tell the difference between these. Unicorn Blood was so creamy and Red Rum is so dry and I was struggling. So I used the red and the pink colors from the Shane Dawson Conspiracy collection with Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I believe this is Jeffree, Are You Filming? And Jeffree, What the... Then I touched up any lipstick errors and curled my hair, which was a hot mess. It didn't stay. And that was the final look. Go check out the TikTok video. Thanks for watching.